7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's now time for the Pony Cake Sports Podcast with your hosts, Josh Stevens, Tim Thompson, and Tom Schultz. Woo!
Hey there, everybody. We are finally back.
Suspended.
Just for you, Jerry. Just for you. Week 10 recap and Week 11 predictions. We have 3 weeks left in the regular season. That also means that the trade deadline should be coming up as well. When is the deadline? The 22nd? Next week, right? Has to be?
I have no idea.
I
would
don't
assume
think
so.
it's next week because we don't have any warning yet.
No, yeah,
normally it's a
in
week
my other
before.
league, I got a warning.
Isn't it normally the week of Thanksgiving?
Dude,
I'm really not sure.
know. This league, it might be the week after the playoffs end.
It might be. So,
I think it's like week 12.
week 12.
So I think like next Monday or Tuesday we'll get a little warning.
Regardless, be ready for the trade deadline to come up. So start making your trades, Jerry, with whatever picks you have left.
I'm going to go ahead and burst your bubble here. In this league, there is no trade deadline.
No, there definitely is. We'll have to put one in there.
It says no deadline.
No, there is.
Sorry,
there's
can't
supposed
trade
to be
that
a deadline.
mid-season. You guys...
I feel like someone just went in and changed all our rules because
Yeah.
we've always had one. The waivers were all fucked up.
Guys, I feel like this league...
Every year,
It's just
every year,
retarded now?
it was funny because every year, at the beginning of the year, they go, "Hey, yeah, Josh, the waivers are all screwed up. Can you fix that again?" I'm like, "All right, let's do it again." Week 1, that's how it went down.
Yep.
That it was a big fucking fiasco last year, and luckily we kind of knew it was gonna happen.
It seems
so.
like maybe you should just fucking remember and change it at the beginning of the season, you fucking dickhead.
I'm not the league manager. Joey is.
No, Joey's a commissioner. You're the manager.
So let's talk about Week 10 here. We're going to start off at the top of my page. We have Justin versus Spencer. Guys, Spencer scores 94.8 and Justin scores 57.7. Is it safe to say that Justin needs to worry about his team?
Justin needs to do something. His team's been shit in the bed the last few weeks. 3 weeks ago, he was the team to beat, and now he's had bad back-to-back weeks. Just lost to fucking Spencer. Spencer did have a good week, but Justin's team is falling apart. Leonard Fournette and that Jaguars defense not performing like they have all season, or at the beginning of the season, is really hurting Justin. And Freeman going down as well. He needs to make a trade.
Yeah, I don't know. Justin has been my my Super Bowl champion prediction from preseason. So, I think his team's too good not to. I think he's going to have another tough week this week. Freeman's not healthy. Hopefully he plays, but it's going to be scary stuff. Fournette needs to come around. I don't know what he's going to do, in all honesty. Like you said, he needs to make a trade before the trade deadline that doesn't exist.
He thinks that Montgomery is going to be playing next week. He's questionable right now. And with no Freeman, he does have Frank Gore, but I believe Frank Gore is on a bye next week. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
He's got P. Ryan, though, as well.
But he does have P. Ryan. I think he has to make a trade regardless, because even with Matty Ice putting up 16.8 points, it's a vast difference compared to what Jameis Winston was doing and keeping his team afloat.
Got Tevin Coleman. Come at me, bro.
All right, let's go on to the next matchup. We have Despacito versus I made Jerry tap. Luke versus Tom, me.
The big-time win for Tommy with the loss of Justin. He is now up a game on him, which is that's a big deal. He's also the highest-scoring team in the league. That helps with tiebreakers. So if you're Tommy right now, you got to be happy. His random misfit group of wide receivers put up numbers this week. It's absolutely crazy that Adam Thielen's a top 5 guy. Adams, 8th.
White guy from Vikings, baby.
And Sanders, we finally saw him come out and play. He's got a good team right now.
Evan Ingram.
Yep.
Top 4 tight end.
Yep. Luke's bench only scored 16.5 points less than his starting team.
True.
I'm actually embarrassed that I lost to Luke's team because, as we've said numerous times, it is fucking garbage.
Yeah, his team's not very good, but
well, I will.
whatever.
And I will. Actually, I do want to point out why I think Luke is in a lot of trouble. Number one, he's starting Ted Ginn every week, so that's a bad idea. Number 2, Dak Prescott, less Zeke Elliott. They don't know how to run that offense. I don't know if you watched that game at all, but it was. I get that they were on the road. They were in Atlanta, which is a hostile environment, but they just think that, Dak is, a great quarterback.
He's not Russell Wilson.
Different. It's different. And that offensive line, it actually reminded me a lot of Notre Dame's offensive line against Miami this weekend, where they were just, they're a run offensive line. When they have that option there, they're not with that drop back passer, and Dak doesn't really seem to know what he's doing.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough spot for Luke to be in, having Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott is a top 12 dude, but it's
he was.
Yeah, but with Zeke out, it's rough to rely on that, I guess, in my opinion. So let's move on to the next matchup. You, Tim, versus you, Thomas.
It was a good matchup, pretty close throughout the day.
You put up 2 goose eggs.
Jacoby Brissett did his best to keep me in this game, but Trey McBride III and O.J. Howard let me down.
Hey, what it came down to for me, from just skating by to when it was Crowell and Coleman showed up, and you get that type of game from your running backs. It's nice when Antonio Brown only scores me under 5 points, and I still go out there and get an impressive. I think it was the second most points of the week, or third most points in the week, something like that. So,
if this was PPR, you would have another 11 points.
Yeah. Well, I'd have a lot more than that, I'm sure. Sterling Shepard looking like potentially a keeper going into next year, regardless. And I do want to say, back like 8 weeks ago when we had a show, I brought up the fact that I think that Eli Manning's going to get benched even when he's healthy. You guys said you didn't think it was going to happen. It's looking more and more like that. And Ben McAdoo might kill himself. If Spencer were a football coach, he'd be Ben McAdoo.
Yeah, well, they came out and did say that they stand behind Ben McAdoo
Get the
and everything.
fuck out of here. No
but
one
they
stands
have to know that they have to move on from that disaster. I don't even know what you would do at that point in time. Who do you bring in if you're the Giants? I just don't even know.
He'll be the coach for the rest of the year.
You know who's I disagree with you completely.
Bet.
All right.
Slap bet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's going to be our new bet from now on.
Should do that.
Slap bet.
No. That's a terrible fucking idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting regardless.
I don't know. Carry on. Where were you?
I just want to see, what do you guys think happens, because this may be talk later on in our other shows, but Evan Ingram with the Giants, is he going to be a tight end from here on out, or do we see him move to a wide receiver like Marquise Colston? Because he was an inline blocker. There was like 3 plays that they showed him as an actual blocker, actually decently blocking, but then there was like multiple times where it was god-awful, but he did have a couple of them that were pretty good.
He's going to stay at tight end, and here's why. They have so much work to do on that offensive line. Having someone like that who, this year specifically, what's he doing? He's going out for passes and chipping and blocking at the line. That's all he has to do. Yep. He doesn't have to worry about – he's not going to be a run-blocking tight end. This year, they're so fucking terrible, and Ben McAdoo's such a fucking moron that they're able to give him all the experience he's going to need. He's going to be a tight end for a long time, and by the looks of it, an absolutely phenomenal one.
Next up, myself versus terrible Mike Agent's team. And I shouldn't say that anymore, because his terrible team beat my terrible team even worse.
I was really shocked you lost this matchup, Josh.
You're shocked. I'm shocked.
I really like Jordan Howard's matchup this week.
Everything was stacked against me, guys. Everything. First off, Mike Evans gets suspended for God knows why. I have no idea why he gets suspended. He can't play in the game, so now he's got 2 bye weeks this season. Tom Brady, I guess he did all right with 25 points. But then Melvin Gordon, how does Austin Eckler, of all people, put up 20-something points and vulture my points away from,
I'll be honest with you.
Melvin Gordon?
I don't even know who Austin Eckler is.
He's like 5'5", 175 pounds.
Terry Cohen.
He's the one that actually...
He's a creative player.
He's the one that fumbled at the end of the Jacksonville game to let Jacksonville come back and win that game.
Interesting.
Idiot.
And they were using them like crazy.
They were. It was
is
stupid.
Awesome.
It doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid.
How mad are you? You probably would have won this.
Mike Nugent's a piece of shit. CJ Fedorowicz, I just threw a dart at the board. Terrence Williams, I was playing, if you guys didn't watch, I was playing wide receiver roulette. I would pick one up, drop one, pick one up. I didn't know who to start. That's how weak my third wide receiver was, because I was banking on Mike Evans.
Josh, who comes back this week?
Huh?
Who comes back this week?
What do you mean? Zach Ertz, my boy.
No.
Zach Ertz, Wentz, everybody.
No. Who comes back this week? Your favorite
DD.
player?
Oh, D.D. Westbrook,
Yeah,
buddy.
off the IR.
Yeah, I don't know who to start either.
I
Mike
was just
Evans or
laughing.
D.D. So we'll see.
Mike has Big Ben on the road. He has Aaron Jones get hurt, and he still went. And listen, Mike gave up a lot for Alvin Kamara. I told him that day, don't listen to people because I have a ton of faith in Alvin Kamara, especially going into next year when we go to PPR. If this is still a league, which if it's not, fuck everyone who's listening. It's looking like a great play.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
He's been absolutely. I know for a fact in PPR he's been double digits for every week outside of the first 2 weeks, and he's looking very, very good. It seems like they finally got things figured out with Ingram and Kamara.
Next up, Jerry versus Josh. Josh wins this matchup, 124.3. The team of misfits versus Jerry's schlub of a team with Jared Goff and Christian McCaffrey, led by them two guys. And Jerry put all the blame on Adrian Peterson. Isn't that interesting?
It's absolutely crazy. But the craziest thing in this matchup, look, I've been kind of trading a lot of guys, but I traded Josh Schultz, Russell Wilson, Mark Ingram. There's 52 points. I also traded Jerry Goff and Funchess. That's another 51 points. If I just had those guys this week, I would have beat Tim.
Yeah.
Why'd I have to trade my guys?
I don't know. I'm glad
I could have
you did.
slapped Tim right now.
Slap it.
Guys, I have a theory of why Josh Schultz is blowing up. Okay, he starts the season
And he's got Robert Woods on his bench, 29.
1-5. He starts the season 1-5. I believe after that 1-5 was roughly the time he moved into his house with his new lady friend. That bitch is setting his lineup. Sorry, I didn't mean to call her a bitch, but she's setting his lineup. Josh has a new GM. Tommy's out. What's her name? Leah. Leah is setting the lineups for Josh. He's got himself a Shiva. He's dating the Shiva.
That son of a
That
bitch.
son of a bitch.
That totally makes sense.
That's what I think happened.
That makes more sense than him actually winning on his
It
own.
does. Oh, Randall, you're telling me he starts 1-5. Now he puts up over 104 points 3 games consecutively? I think not there, Shiva Master. No way.
On the other side of the ball with Jerry. Starts
Jesus
Devin
Christ.
Funchess, 21 points. Jared Goff, 30 points. I was listening to ESPN radio, and they were comparing Goff to... I shouldn't say comparing Goff. They were comparing the situation with the Chicago Bears to Jared Goff and the Rams.
Wrong.
No, hold on, listen. They said the first year with Goff, they had Jeff Fisher there, and basically he was stuck in his ways and wouldn't change his mind on how he wanted to run the team. Now, they get new blood in there, Sean McVay. They got a new offensive coordinator, new offensive everything. They got him weapons, and now we see the emergence of Jared Goff. Now they said kind of the same situation with the Chicago Bears. They have John Fox stuck in his ways.
Jeff Foxworthy?
Yeah, stuck in his ways, blah, blah, blah. They have no weapons. Maybe they get rid of John Fox and they bring in weapons. Do you think that is the case? Do you think the only reason why Goff is playing better is because that they made that the coaching change and they added all these weapons around there? And do you think that could happen with Mitchell Trubisky?
So, maybe. I won't be a total Bears hater. Maybe. But, like you said, I think put it more on the front office. They added a lot of pieces for Goff. They drafted well for him. The tight end, I can't remember his, Everett. Gerald Everett has played well.
Cooper Kupp.
For him at times. The problem, I think, for the Bears is I don't think that coordinator's out there right now. I mean, McVay had been known that he was going to make that step and going to go. There's a couple guys out there, but...
Jim Bob Cooter?
Yep.
Yeah, but
maybe.
I don't know if he's necessarily an offensive juggernaut like McVay has proven to be. What I hope happens, in all honesty, I think Vic Fangio has done wonders for this Bears defense with limited pieces. Obviously, the guys that they keep adding are either get hurt or suspended because they're morons. Have him come in and bring in an offensive mind and let Fangio be the head coach. That's what I would do.
Be interesting.
That'd be the worst thing for Mitch. Just look what's going on now. You have that defensive-minded coach who's content with throwing the ball 7 times if you need to win the football game. I feel like Fangio would do the same type of shit. You need that offensive guy in there who could show him the ropes, who can put a great scheme around him and focus drafting on the offensive side of the football, and that's something they haven't done.
The Bears have an offensive coordinator.
He's terrible.
I agree. That's my point. Listen.
But you're just asking them to get another defensive head coach, just like they have now, just like they had with Lovie Smith, and then rely on an offense coordinator to come in and change the scheme and change the whole everything for the Bears.
Before we move on to the next week's predictions, fun stat here. The Rams have scored 40-plus points 3 times this season, and they scored 40-plus points only 2 times in the previous 10 seasons combined. Pretty weird.
It's crazy.
Pretty crazy.
And the other one is they've also scored 30-plus points 5 times this season, which is already the most they've had in a season since 2003, which is 7.
Wow.
It's huge numbers right there. Last time they scored this many points was when they went to the Super Bowl in, what was that, 2002? 2001, I think? 2000?
Something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
2000 and something. Thanks for listening, everyone.
2000 and change. All right, next up, our predictions for a week.
I know you hate your brother, but can we talk about Joey and Kevin?
Oh, shit, did I pass that game up?
Yeah.
All right, I skipped to week 11 already, so... Joey versus Kevin. Joey won. Week 11. No, I'm just joking. Kevin put up a dud after whooping my ass last week. Tyrod Taylor did shit. Last week he decided to put up a huge game. If Kevin would have played Cam Newton this week, which I don't even know if I would have, but then again, it is Miami's defense.
It's Miami?
And, well, actually, yeah, and New Orleans, their defense has been playing a lot better, so, yeah, I think I would have probably started Cam Newton. That would have been 40 points right there, and Kevin would have won, or it would have been close. Can you do the math?
He would have lost.
Would he?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, it would have been close.
Trade Carlos Hyde to Justin now while you can. Or trade him to someone now. Trade him to Jerry. Jerry will probably give you 6 6s. Trade him. I'm only calling you out, Jerry, because I know you're the only one listening right now.
All right. Joey on the other side of the other side of the ball. AJ Green finally had a good game. Demaryius Thomas decent and 10 points. What does Joey do at running back here? He's got kind of mismatched players. He's got Jerick McKinnon, Damian Williams. He's got Kareem Hunt. He's obviously going to start him. Jonathan Stewart finally put up 11 points. He's got Rod Smith, Elijah McGuire. What does he do?
Probably be Hunt and McKinnon. That's what I would do.
For sure it'll be Hunt and McKinnon. I don't think that's even remotely close to questionable.
I think it's questionable.
What? Yeah, get the hell out of here. Literally everyone in our league, except for maybe Kevin, would start Hunt and McKinnon.
Well, I would start Hunt, definitely. I don't know who I would start in the other one.
Bro.
He's been starting Stewart this whole time.
I mean, Stewart's not a bad... I don't know.
I just hope he makes the wrong decision so he can lose a week. That's all.
What Joey should do is trade Kareem Hunt.
No, why would he do that? That's a terrible idea.
Look, how many weeks has it been since he scored a touchdown? He hasn't had a dominant week since Game 3 of the season. He's been pretty average, pretty pedestrian most of the season, besides 2 big games to start the year. He was a third-round draft pick, not the greatest athlete in the world. Tons of carries, tons of touches for a rookie. Plus, in college, they ran him to death at Toledo.
Yeah.
For me, right now, his value is sky high. You could probably get a ton of talent for him. I'd be going to Jerry, get me a Christian McCaffrey and something else, and setting yourself up for the future.
Is a slot receiver on the Panthers right now.
Second half of the year, I bet Christian McCaffrey will outscore Kareem Hunt.
I hope you're right. I have him in another league. Oh, no, I don't. I traded him.
Moving on to Week 11, we have Joey versus Tim.
Woo! It's a big matchup.
What an interesting matchup this is. I am so confused on what I want to happen. Like, I want Tim to win just so Joey can lose so I can win a game and catch up to him. But at the same time, I don't want Tim to win because it's Tim. So,
listen, I get it, Josh. I suck. In all honesty, I don't even want to win to necessarily beat Joey, but I do want Joey to listen. Tom, I put the nail in his coffin essentially for his season last week. Spencer is not going to make the playoffs, so with those 2 guys out of it, Joey's the last one standing between me and Spencer paying $100 of my league fee. So if I can somehow help, if I can beat Joey this week and you can beat Joey next week, Josh, that's setting you up well, knocking Joey out of the playoffs, hopefully. And Then we'll have a new champion. I'll win $100, and I'll feel good.
What are you going to do at running back? You're going to start Jay Ajayi, obviously, right?
I'm starting Jay Ajayi, and I traded Tom for Kenyon Drake today. I'm starting Kenyon Drake over Tevin Coleman. Coleman's in Seattle on Monday night. I know Drake is, he's only had, I believe, a combined, 16 carries his last 2 games. But high upside. Tampa Bay is trash right now at home. And I just think I'm not a big fan of Damian Williams at all. I think Kenyon Drake's going to get the rub here. And in the limited play that he's had, he's looked very good. So, and actually, I may not be starting him because Tom and I made a deal based on a pick that I don't have. Tom's fault, not mine. So
my fault.
If you're not starting Kenyon Drake,
then I'll go back to Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah, I have to start Coleman, and I will. I refuse.
You can't start Crowell at Jacksonville.
No, I'm not starting Crowell at Jacksonville, even though Jacksonville's rush defense hasn't been that great. But you saw what they did to Melvin Gordon last week, and fuck Buck Allen. I'm done with the Buck Allen experiment. Same way fucking Josh Schultz got burned by the Gio Bernard and what the fuck was the other dum-dum's name?
Jeremy Hill.
Thank you, Jeremy Hill. I feel the same way with Buck Allen. I'm done with that experiment. So
comfortable with Kirk Cousins against the Saints?
Oh, absolutely. I know that the Saints defense has been phenomenal.
Look at the points they've led up to quarterbacks the last couple of weeks: 11.5, 14.6, 11.5,
Hey.
12.8, a 6.7.
I will tell you that there is a chance that I could let my tinkering get the best of me. Derek Carr may start against New England. I like what Kirk Cousins is doing right now, and to be honest, I don't like at all what Derek Carr is doing. But coming off the bye, maybe I do like Carr. Maybe I do end up making that play for the afternoon game on Sunday. We'll see. It's honestly going to be how do I wake up on Sunday morning and feel.
Tim, if you could make a trade, get a better wide receiver 3, I really like your chances this week. But with Joey's team, you got to like the Kareem Hunt and Travis Kelce against the Giants. They've been absolutely horrendous right now. Look what the 49ers did to them last week. But besides that, I'm not a huge fan of any of those matchups, and especially the Stafford at the Chicago Bears. It's going to be a tough game. The Bears are probably going to bounce back. The weather will be shitty, and we've seen a lot of teams, especially a lot of quarterbacks, struggle going into Soldier Field.
The thing is, though, that Lions defense is going to be able, I think, to keep them into the game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think Stafford has to put up a ton of points, but if they can get the turnovers, that's where Stafford's going to get his points.
I think the biggest, it's kind of obvious, but Kelsey's the one that scares me.
Yeah,
Kelsey and Hunt at New York. I feel like that's going to be a shit show. Interested to see, the Julio and AJ Greens at Denver.
The Giants' defense have given up a touchdown
every
to
game.
A tight end every freaking game.
It's like, fuck.
Every game of the season.
So it's funny. In my other league, I have Julio Jones and Travis Kelce. So it sucks. It's like, all right, hopefully Joey's team sucks, but if they don't.
Make your picks.
I'm going to pick myself. I picked Joey to beat me in our week 1 matchup. Thought he prepared his team well to do so. But Kareem Hunt's not going to have that that 30-plus point day, that or 25, whatever the fuck it was, like he did week 1. He's going to have a good game, and Kelsey's going to have a good game. But at the end of the day, Stafford, I think, stays below 20 points. And A.J. Green and Demaryius Thomas don't blow up. I'm going to take it 105 to 103.
Yeah, it's hard for a division rival to go out and sweep an opponent, especially when both teams are pretty close. And right now, I feel like both these teams on paper are pretty close. Tim's going to win a nail-biter.
I'm going to pick Joey just because I feel like every time I pick against Joey ends up winning. So Joey wins 140 to 72. Hopefully it's the other way around. So next up, we have myself versus Thomas the Train.
Woo! No, Thomas the Tank.
Thomas the Tank, I'm sorry.
God, and you still didn't change your picture. You're a dickhead.
What?
I made the picture of you as the goddamn Train.
I don't know how to change it.
And I said, fuck you don't know how to change it.
Right now, I'm starting Carson Wentz, Melvin Gordon, Jordan
Josh,
Howard, blah, blah,
you
blah.
could literally
If
take
I
half
don't
your
win-
team and pick them up off of waivers.
If I don't win, I'm going to be upset. Like, I'll be so mad. I need to win this matchup. If I don't, my season's over.
That is true. There's really no reason that you shouldn't win this game. I got a bunch of guys on bye right now.
I have super favorable matchup.
Oh, yeah. I really like Cooper against the Patriots. I think it's going to be a game where they try to feature him a little bit. Mixon versus Denver. Not a huge fan of that matchup, but I have a feeling Joe Mixon's going to blow up this game to fuck Josh. He's like, oh, you traded me, bitch? He's like, I've scored 10 back-to-back weeks, but this week I'm going to score 30 to make you suck my wiener. So I'm going to go with myself. I'm going to pull the upset.
I know it's early in the week, but right now, in Tom's starting lineup, no quarterback, a guy who's questionable, a guy who's doubtful, and a guy who's still on IR. That's Tom's season in a fucking nutshell.
Danny Woodhead's going to play, and I got a bunch of waiver claims. And trying to do the Josh Schultz right now.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get it.
I hope you go from 50 plus and you score a buck. Tom wins 140 to 74.
Wow. Thanks, bro. I'm gonna pick myself. If I lose, I'm gonna be. I don't know.
If you lose, you're gonna quit the league.
I might.
That's what everyone else is threatening.
Next up, Mike Agent versus Kevin Long, Battle of the Dum Dums. We have Kevin with Carlos Hyde on bye, Jack Doyle on bye, Mike on the other side of the ball, Ben Roethlisberger at home. I think Mike is very lucky with that. What also pissed me off about Mike last week is he fucking set Jordy Nelson. How do you start Tyler Lockett and Stephon Diggs and Juju Smith-Schuster over Jordy Nelson? I mean, granted, it was the right play, but that would have saved me like X amount of points. I don't know. He actually made a stupid, smart decision. So.
You're mad because he made the right choice?
Yeah, I'm just very upset at the whole thing.
All right, well, no one wants to hear you bitch about your loss anymore.
I'm not.
I love that when we talk about Kevin's team, the big deal are Hyde and Jack Doyle on bye. My favorite part.
Well, he plays Willie Snead every week, and he hasn't done anything. Like
he's averaging -0.1.
I was looking today and thinking to myself who the bigger disappointment was, Willie Snead or Terrell Pryor. That's neither here nor there right now.
Snead, he hasn't scored positive points this year.
And
he's -0.9 on the season.
So I don't know. Well, anyways, I think Kevin's gonna sneak one in here. I do.
I hope he does.
I do.
God, that would be if he wins. He's one game out, and I think he would have the tiebreaker on Mike. Right? Did he beat him before?
No.
No.
Mike beat him the first time.
Mike's probably got more points than him.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it may come down to who is beat who.
Let's just throw it out there now. I truly hope, since we have the forum to do so, I want to throw out there, I truly hope, I know Gabby's getting real close to having the baby.
Sometime this week?
Is it?
Yep.
I thought she was 2 weeks out. It might be, so it should
They'll
be
now
induced.
have 5 children. They're 2 dogs and 3 kids.
Anyways, I hope that the ultrasounds were wrong and it was just his daughter with her finger there. Pretending to be a dick, and then Mike comes out, he's all excited, and like, it's another girl. God damn it.
And me and Farley got into an argument earlier about how I said dogs are the same as kids, and he said, no, bro. And I'm like, Mike's just got 5 kids now, and he's like, it's not the fucking same thing. I'm like, it may be a little different, but it's not that much different, right? You've had a dog before. Same as a kid.
No, not really.
Kind of close.
Kids are way more fucking annoying.
I feed my dog.
Dogs are like teenagers.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of independent, but you're still
rebellious.
Yeah, you're still in charge of them.
Dude, come inside. No! That's exactly what I see.
Number one.
I'm pretty sure they're just like teenagers.
Number one, your dogs don't talk to you.
Sometimes.
Until you have heard da 85 fucking thousand goddamn times in a 3-hour span, then you can fucking tell me that kids and dogs are the fucking same.
Next up, we got like 3 minutes left. Jerry versus Luke.
Jerry by 100. Next.
Jerry's projected to lose this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I feel like Jerry might kill himself or kill a bunch of people if that does happen. If he lost to Luke right here and he loses 2 in a row, that's a big time loss for Jerry. I got to go with Jerry though. Alex Smith will do enough against the Giants. Kelvin Benjamin will finally get on the same page as Tyrod, and we'll see Alshon Jeffrey go ham against Dallas.
I think we're going to see Adrian Peterson put up another dud, and Jerry blame his loss on Adrian Peterson yet again, if he does lose. But I think Jerry's going to win, so.
Yeah.
I don't think Luke's team is that good.
I have Jerry winning. Luke's team, like I said, scares me. I hate all of Luke's matchups this week. I literally hate them all. His wide receivers, outside of Deshaun Jackson, are going to be nothing. Dak's going to have a bad game, and I don't like either of his running backs' potential this week.
If Luke loses, he's out of the playoffs.
Luke scores under 80 points this week, telling you right now.
Spencer versus Tommy. Oh, did you guys make your pick? You said,
I said Jerry.
Jerry. I said Jerry as well.
Picked every
Tommy
fucking
versus
week.
Spencer.
Tommy.
Tommy has to win. I have a feeling he's going to make a trade for a running back. I know he's been talking to Tim. He told me about another trade he's probably thinking of, but I think he's got the receivers, tight end, and the defense to do a number on Spencer's shitty team.
Tom, and if Spencer loses this week, he officially lost our bet. If I win. So, just FYI.
Would you drop Mike Gillisley at this point in time?
Have to.
Yeah.
He was a healthy scratch last week,
Yep.
right?
Now is the time.
I think Spencer might sneak another win out here. I think it's possible. So I'm going to go with Spencer in this one.
Shut your whore mouth.
Next up, Josh Schultz versus Justin. In my opinion, the game of the week. For the fact that Josh is making that final push. Justin almost needs to win this game to stay relevant. There's a lot of implications about this. Justin could try to stay with the division lead, trying to catch Tommy, or stay in the playoffs in general.
Josh Schultz is a favorite.
Yes.
The fuck?
Thoughts?
Would it be a bigger win for Josh or a bigger loss for Justin?
I think a bigger loss.
I think it's a bigger loss for Justin.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm all for it. I'm glad Leah's team's just coming along here. It's looking fantastic. So props to her on building a great franchise, making the right moves on the waiver wire. She's been great. So good job, Leah. Keep making the right choices. Good to finally have a female's perspective in the league.
And right now, Josh Schultz is the 6th seed in the playoffs, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Since he started out 1-5, I think he's gonna get it done again, win his 5th straight game, and send Justin into a tailspin.
Into the shadow realm.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So let's see. We got a couple weeks left. Who makes the playoffs? Who does not make the playoffs? What are your guys' thoughts?
Mike will be the 1 seed. I'll be the 2 seed. Kevin 3.
Say you?
And then we'll go with Jerry and Spencer.
Kevin too.
No, I think it'll be Tommy will be the number 1 seed. Jerry will be the 2. Joey the 3. Mike the 4. With a Josh Schultz as a 5 and Josh Stevens as the 6th.
I have Jerry as the number 1 seed, Tommy as the number 2 seed. I have Mike as the number 3 seed, and Joshua Stevens as the number 4 seed, with the wild card teams being me and Joey.
Wow, that'd be interesting. A lot would happen.
I don't even know if that is statistically possible.
I
don't think it is.
I don't think it is, but it would be cool. So,
all right, yeah, that would be definitely interesting.
Josh, look, I like that.
I'd be all right with that.
Champion, all right,
Make those playoffs.
Playoffs.
All right, that's it. Anything else?
Let's not disband the league. That'd be pretty fucking weak. So let's not do that.
1 minute left. Who needs to make a trade this week if you had to pick somebody?
Justin Stevens.
Fucking everyone. If you retards want to win a fucking starfish, you should make a fucking trade.
What?
That's how you get it done.
You can't.